Hey there, and welcome back to Hoplop Land. And I thank you so much for dropping by. You have to forgive the ambient sound. It has been pouring here, and you can still hear the pitter patter of the rain. But I am back on with a project share I'm really excited about. But this is also a great example of what I've been sharing with you on Wednesdays, on Imperfect Wednesdays. Most of this is an add-on to a swap that should have gone out. But then I fell in love with Garden Party and wanted to do more. Not all of this is going to one person, but I thought because last week I shared with you the sort of super minimalist Garden Party that I sent to a friend overseas, partially because she's a minimalist and partially because I couldn't really build dimensional things and get it all into that mini mail. So this week is the opposite. So I'll start with like some embellishments, and that should show you the gamut of what I've been working on for Garden Party. So this is a more traditional, this is like, this has a lot of layers. I don't use pop dots for all of them because then it would have been like, it would have been Aura, the paper treasury dense. But it has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 layers. It's just they're not all pop dotted. So it's chunky, but not super chunky. So this is like a more traditional. I could have sent this to the friend in Australia. Even though this one's chunky, she probably would have liked this one, and she probably knows who she is. She's one of my friends down under, and only one of my friends down under is a super minimalist. So she probably knows who I'm speaking about. And she would like this one, I think. But then there's this super chunky one, and this I would never have sent to her. And this is crazy chunky, folks. And it's almost like Garden Party shabby. So like this is more Garden Party traditional, or like traditional Maggie with maybe also people who are shabby would like it. But this one is like, it's not only a super chunk, but it's a super chunk that leans towards shabby and only has one piece of Garden Party chipboard on it. But it has, well, clearly I die cut out a doily, right? That's the background. And then that I did prop up, but not on pop dots, on this pearl. That's what gives it all that dimension. Yeah. And then on top of that is the traditional green ruffle that we get at Hobby Lobby. And then on top of that is a star die cut that's been built up 3 times. Once on designer paper, twice on 110 to give it heft. And then I wrapped all that in iridescent pearl. I know it looks flat white, but it's iridescent. You have to take my word for it. Behind that are this gold star trim. I mean, there's so many layers to this. And then there's flowers built on, and then just one piece of chipboard that says wonderful. So, from the traditional embelly to the super chunky that leans towards shabby. Okay, so that's a different kind of embellishment. Then these are ticket embellies built up on, this is from Garden Party, but it's also backed up on 110 from Michaels, so it's nice and thick. And then this one has, again, the ruffle. It also has the gold stars behind it, but then it also has this great iridescent meshing that I got from Misty, my paper cuts. So cute. I don't know where she got this from, but I love it. I'm almost out of it now, but it's amazing. And then again, a 110 and designer paper from Garden Party star embelly, built up twice to give it heft, then pieces of chipboard, an iridescent flower, and then little birdie flowers. So that's a different kind of embelly. All right, now we're going into crazy territory. Get ready. We're almost done embellies, and then we'll go to the gift flip and some other things. So then there's this shabalicious one. So this is like a giant heart. You can see that in the back. And this is that merchant trim. And I've done it all the way around. I've also built this up 3 times on 110. So it's super thick and sturdy. And then clearly I used the same ruffle green trim. I also used pink pom-pom trim, gold star trim. This says hello. They're the little birdie flower and the chipboard. And then the other one looks like this one that says congratulations. And this I would not send to my friend down under because there's so much going on. It has the trim. There's tickets that I die cut out and I built up. There's like iridescent everything. There's the butterfly. There's flowers. Yeah, this is a whole lot going on. Okay, so those are the embellishments. And then I also made a gift flip because we all know I like a good gift flip. Oh, yes, I do. And this was so much fun to make. Okay, I wish I had been a bit more careful in selecting this foil piece as the first piece. The reason I chose it is because it says hello there. And even though I built it up, folks, look how it bends a little bit because I did put eyelets into each piece. So this first one is a little tag that I built up. I made this, look at it, it's a little embellishment built up on a starburst that I built up on 110 and then garden party paper. Then on top of that is the ruffle trim plus that iridescent purple trim I like so much. Then a couple of pieces of chipboard, the bird, the flag that says hello there, and 2 Hello Birdie flowers. Sorry about the glare. It's the lighting in here tonight. The second one is a tag built up on 110 and it says look at you grow. And then there's a big floral piece of chipboard, a little piece of chipboard, some flowers and eyelets. Okay, and then you flip that over and you get to the first sequins mix. And this one is what I would call more of the tropical garden party sequins mix. So it has more of the greens and the warmer pinks. There's also a different one that I made for, because there's 2 ways you can go with garden party, which is really nice. Or this could just be used as a tropical mix. And then this is a bag topper. My friend Carmen made this butterfly actually, which is so pretty. And she made me a bunch. And I've never used them. I'm starting to use up my stash because I organized it, folks. So you see, and it's hard to part with some of these beauties, but you can't hold on to them forever. And this is such a great butterfly. And it matched perfectly. So the pink ruffle trim, it says love and some little birdie flowers. And so that's in there. And then the next one is just a little banner. I love this chicken. And it just says wonderful. And it's on a banner that I die cut out on designer paper on 110 and built up on some chipboard. And then you get to the next thing, which is one of my favorite. This is that bunny that you can lean over things with heart sunglasses. I love this die. So this is a gift for a friend. And this is a flower Lily made for me years ago. Hi, Lily. This was made by Lily years ago. And again, I try not to use these things, but why? Why am I holding on to them? So I finally used it, and that just says just because. And then the next one is another lily flower on a garden party cutout bag topper. And in here are a little pink Maggie deer. And then the last one is a crazy, crazy merchant trim around a heart die cutout shaped tag and built up on 110, and it just says love, like I love you. So it's kind of like a story in a gift flip, a tag flip, gift flip. But I love making these, and they're just so much fun to make. And then I also made some little bag toppers. Now, again, probably my friend down under would have been okay with these, even though they're chunkier. This has merchant trim, ruffle trim. It's got a lot going on, folks. So I made some bag toppers. That's one. Another one that says, be happy, all layered up. And then in here, I made this gold bag and layered it up on a doily and then put in a scallop piece of the garden party, attached some of the chipboard and a flower. And then this is that amazing hand-dyed seam binding, and it's perfect for garden party. And this is the chipboard layered up twice as a bow. And in here is 8 sequence mixes for all different seasons. And so that's in there. And then the last little embelly is this little guy. And I got these stars to go over my starburst, this little tiny star die, and I love how it works with these starbursts. And it gives it heft without being super chunky. So again, maybe my friend would have liked this down under. Maybe it's not too much. I don't know. This has gold mesh in the background. It has several pieces of chipboard, several pieces of built up die cuts, and it's just super cute. So that, folks, is my project share for this week. I thank you all so much again for joining me and for leaving me such wonderful comments, which clearly I'm reading and hearting. I always appreciate a thumbs up. I always appreciate your comments and your support. I'll try not to show you too much more garden party in the weeks ahead. I've made a lot more stuff than this, but now I got to go package it up. But I will move on to other things. It's just this collection has really inspired me. And so I love sharing that inspiration with you. Take really good care of yourselves. I wish for you a happy, a healthy, and as always, an uber creative week. Bye for now.